has refused to explicitly comment on the cause of the disaster. That could be due to concerns that the Muslim Brotherhood, which has enjoyed close ties with the administration in the past, is responsible for the terror attack, reports the DC Whispers website. One DC Whispers source went so far as to suggest part of the Obama administration's hesitation to make public statements regarding the Russian airline tragedy is based upon concerns there is a Muslim Brotherhood connection, and that measures are being taken by administration officials to make certain no such connection, if in fact it exists, will become part of the investigation, reports DC Whispers, known for their access to inside sources. In 2014, it emerged that the Department of Homeland Security maintains a hands-off list of individuals with terrorist ties, allowing them unfettered entrance to the United States. Muslim Brotherhood members with ties to terrorism who traveled through Minneapolis Airport, New York's JFK Airport, and Dulles Airport in April 2012 were handed port courtesies, with the State Department telling the DHS to ensure the men not be pulled into secondary upon arrival at a point of entry. Last year, retired U.S. Air Force General Tom McInerney also made the explosive claim that there were at least 10 or 15 Muslim Brotherhood sympathizers working for the State Department.
Look, the Middle East is coming apart with this administration's policy. Look at Libya. We should never have gone into Libya. Gaddafi was on our side. Look at Egypt. Morsi is now going after the Muslim Brotherhood and the radical Islamists, and we've got Muslim Brotherhood in the U.S. government today. And so look at what's going on in Syria.
Who from the Muslim Brotherhood is in the U.S. government right now?
Who?
Yes.
I haven't got their names exactly, but there's a list of them, at least 10 or 15 of them.
In February this year, 14 individuals with ties to the Muslim Brotherhood visited the White House and met directly with President Obama. Meanwhile, Russia and Egypt are still refusing to acknowledge that the disaster was a terrorist attack, despite an abundance of evidence suggesting the plane blew up in midair after a sudden explosion. John Bound for INFOWARS.com.
Tonight, we'll be airing part 1 of our interview with the poisoned kids of Coldwater Creek. Now, these are victims of St. Louis's nuclear legacy. They're going to be sharing their story of growing up playing in this beautiful creek. Unbeknownst to them, would actually cause untold deaths, cancers, and deformities to multiple generations. The poisoned kids of Coldwater Creek, they're serving as a precursor and a warning to the current state of emergency that's going on in St. Louis today, as well as for many states across the nation that might not even be aware of the nuclear waste in their midst. But first, we're going to tell you about the latest ironic social justice BS that means you're a racist.
Your liver can be full of fatty deposits, built-up toxins, and even dangerous objects known as liver stones. We worked with the top developers in the field of detox to take tried and true herbs and other compounds known to safely cleanse the liver and fuse it with the latest research and technological development on concentrating these ingredients to give you the maximum effect. Liver Shield is the only liver support product on the market that uses a patented Spigirex blend of powerful organic herbs that support detoxification. And when you visit InfoWarsLife.com, see the instructional video on how to do a 6-day liver detox. This isn't a game, and let me tell you, the results are dramatic. Liver Shield is totally organic and made of the safest high-quality herbs. But that said, you need to consult your physician before you do the full detox. Liver Shield can also be used daily by itself for overall upkeep of the liver. Secure your Liver Shield today exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com for the lowest price available. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Brain Force is here. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on this the last few months. You probably noticed I've been more crazed, more focused, less brain fog, more energy, more special reports, and it's because of Brain Force.
One of the worst things with most energy products is it's not sustainable, right? You're gonna crash and gonna feel really bad afterwards. This has a bunch of different antioxidants and compounds and polyphenols.
Everybody's on these drugs to knock their brain out because the brain's so fried.
We kept changing this formula over and over and over again until it became sort of a grand puzzle. For example, the L-theanine inside of it, that is activated by the different compounds in the yerba mate that we put inside of it as well. This just increases the compounds you already have.
This is what you're actually designed to run on.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a car will run on one form of junkie gas, but it runs really good on what it's designed for. You will find Brain Force, Survival Shield X2, and other game-changing products at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Lie.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. Knockout is back. If you want a product that has 10 known ingredients that naturally get your body to relax, your brain to relax, so you get deep, restful sleep, Knockout's it. InfoWarsLife.com. L-theanine, hops flower extract, lemon balm extract, valerian root extract, chamomile flower extract, L-tryptophan extract, melatonin, and more. All organic, all the natural sources. It's the same price as leading brands of melatonin that are 3 milligrams a piece. It has 3 milligrams, the standard recommended dose for an adult. It's got the GABA, so it would probably cost $50 to take all this as separate pills. It's $19.95. You take one or two of these, and it just is really clean, restful sleep is what the reviews are. It's what I've experienced, and it just synergistically puts everything in there. InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com, or call 888-253-3139.
The CIA-connected feminist icon Gloria Steinem says that you are a racist if you attack Planned Parenthood. Oh, listen to this lefty logic. Now, Gloria Steinem claimed the current backlash against Planned Parenthood is part of an ultra-right-wing attempt to restore the basis of patriarchy, or a male-dominant system, and the necessity of a long-term racist system which is controlling reproduction. Now, it's just complete doublespeak here. She talks about if you, in order to control reproduction, you have to control the bodies of women. Now, if you can wade through all of that doublespeak, you'll find the irony in the fact that Planned Parenthood was set up by a self-described racist who was a woman. The founder, Margaret Sanger, famously said in 1939, "We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." So Planned Parenthood was literally created by a woman to control the black population by controlling the bodies of black women and other minorities. African Americans account for over 1/3 of all abortions in America, even though they represent only around 12% of the population. Black babies are 5 times more likely to be aborted than whites. Overall, since Roe v. Wade in 1973, an estimated 16 million black babies have been aborted. So who's the real racist? Is it you because you are against the chopping up and selling of baby parts? Let's look at the real racist past of Planned Parenthood.
You know, I know who Margaret Sanger is. And I know that she believed in eugenics and that she was not particularly enamored with black people. And one of the reasons that you find most of their clinics in black neighborhoods is so that you can find a way to control that population. And I think people should go back and read about Margaret Sanger, who founded this place, a woman who Hillary Clinton, by the way, says that she admires. Look and see what many people in Nazi Germany thought about her.
In 1916, H.G. Wells' lover, Margaret Sanger, starts her promotion of eugenics in the United States. In 1923, Sanger receives massive funding from the Rockefeller family. Sanger wrote to fellow eugenicist Clarence J. Gamble that black leaders would need to be recruited to act as frontmen in sterilization programs directed against black communities. In 1924, Hitler pens Mein Kampf, or My Struggle, and credits U.S. eugenicist as his inspiration.
I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. I am really in awe of her.
By 1927, eugenics hit the mainstream. The so-called science was aggressively pushed through contests at schools, churches, and at state fairs. Churches competed in contests with big cash prizes to see who could best implement eugenics into their sermons. Major denominations then tell Americans that Jesus is for eugenics. That same year in the United States, more than 25 states passed forced sterilization laws, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of brutal sterilization policies. When Hitler came to power in 1933, one of his first acts was to pass national eugenics laws, modeled after laws in the United States. The Nazi brand of eugenics had embarrassed the elites, but they had no intention of stopping their plans. The Allies literally fought with each other over who would get top Nazi eugenicist. It didn't matter if the SS doctors had tortured tens of thousands to death. They were free to go. The Angel of Death, Joseph Mengele, and his boss, Ottmar von Verscher, were not prosecuted, and von Verscher even continued his work in Germany after the war. Eugenicists were angry that their great work had been exposed. They then scrambled to camouflage their agenda. Eugenics Quarterly became Social Biology. The American Birth Control League became Planned Parenthood. New terms like transhumanism, population control, sustainability, conservation, and environmentalism replaced racial hygiene and social Darwinism.
Mrs. Margaret Slee, president of America's Planned Parenthood Federation, maintains that European women should stop having babies for the next 10 years.
Don't you think such a theory, such a radical theory, is antisocial?
On the contrary, it seems to me that it is more practical and humane.
What about the women who want babies now and in 10 years will not be able to have babies? Rather impracticable, don't you think?
Oh, John, you do ask hard questions. I should think that instead of being impractical, it is really very practical and intelligent and humane.
And while we're here, let's just discuss this patriarchy that Gloria Steinem was talking about. This is the real patriarchy that's ruling the world, the Rockefellers and their ilk, who infiltrated the feminist movement a long time ago. They wanted to use it as a tool to divide and conquer as a top-down social movement controlled by the political class. The movement to get women in the workforce wasn't about empowerment. As the late Aaron Russo revealed, the women's liberation movement was hijacked by the elite as a way to break up the family and as a method of revenue generation.
Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded Women's Lib, you know? And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He says, there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before Women's Lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them.
Anyone can look at the cost of living increase, the rate of divorce, and over-medicated children being raised by the state to see that this plan has largely succeeded at the expense of the family. By hijacking feminism and making it about defeating men, the establishment has succeeded to a great extent in marrying women to the state. Feminism is a top-down social movement controlled by the political class. It's routinely used to exploit the female voter base, all while completely ignoring genuine women's rights issues. The Obama administration, like so many administrations before, can say they're